In terms of what's next for influencer marketing, really we're seeing a journey that's all about mutuality, and brands need to be prepared to find ways in which they are positively contributing to the influencers community, not just hijacking from it to promote a product, but also seeking out innovative ways that they can look to remunerate both the influencers and their audiences too.
We believe in putting people at the heart of our brands. So in terms of what's next, I think, trends, tech platforms, lifestyles will continue to evolve. But as long as we keep our ear on the ground and understand who we're speaking to and how their lives are evolving, how they're being influenced, where they're spending their time, who the communities are, that's how we can, I think, continue to adapt to the changing culture and the changing platforms. So, there's always going to be a constant, which is change. And I think the trick of, influence is just understanding who we're speaking to and knowing how to reach them in the right way.
In this day and age, I think consumers have developed a filter to protect themselves from typical brand advertising. So I do think influencer marketing can be a trigger to overcome this. And as it's evolving, we should adapt and evolve as well. So what's next? Highly recommend that, influencer marketing is part of your full ecosystem and media mix, and not just a percentage of your digital budget. So I would definitely involve them earlier to understand, the bigger picture, and even consider them as strategic partners. So build on the trust and build a long-term relationship.
I think that we're going to see the culture evolving. And I think the main evolution that we're going to see is that they're not going to be influencers anymore, but we are going to call them creators. We're going to call them storytellers. We're going to call them a part of the brand. And I think in the next chapter of influencer marketing, brands really need to open up themselves to the exterior world, and they can learn a lot from the world of the influencers. So what I see is new forms of collaboration, maybe of remuneration, in which really brands and influencers co-create together content rather than advertising just products.
I think you're going to see more and more just long-term relationships with ambassadors who truly become an extension of the family of the brand. And so as part of that, I think your values will really have to align, and you will see more and more influencers looking and asking about D&I commitments, about environmental commitments, so that your values truly align with theirs, and they will make decisions about which brands to work with on that basis.
Well, I think we have to think of it as audiences, tools, innovation, passion points all coming together and collectively raising the bar of this space so that it really is a powerful medium for advertisers and brands to be part of and to work with. And, I'd recommend them to really take advantage of this new exciting space.
In terms of how marketers can unlock the best from influencer marketing, it's to become sponges, absorb influencer content across not just brands, but creators from every platform you can imagine. Be on TikTok, be in the meta. There is already lots of meta brands and NFTs out there that have great influencer content, and find ways to immerse yourself and then prove ROI. Like, don't just wait on partners to work out what the KPI and the objective is, awareness, click-throughs, etc. Actually, what is the critical part influencers can improve in terms of your marketing day job and how you can celebrate that back to the business?
So I think we should always strive for partnerships where 1 + 1 = 3. So where there is a creative exchange between two like-minded parties that deliver ultimately incremental revenue or incremental value for the consumer. And once we as brands are clear about the kind of company we want to keep, and we find the right partnerships based on strong relationships and trust, then we should be able to release control and be willing to allow our partners to be creative and bring delight to consumers.
I'd say the quality of your investment into the relationship will dictate the quality you get out. So if you want to be a lifestyle brand, really be part of the consumers and readers' lifestyle. So as influencers, tastemakers, or content creators, they are the gatekeepers into this pop culture. So as one would say that you need to be brave, I would say you need to be open to risk. So try, fail, and try again, and you can say fail forward. So definitely in for the long term, And even in digital terms, 1 year is long. So break it up into 3, 6 months, and 1 year, and be consistent with your influencers.
If I could give a tip to everybody working in influencer marketing, would be don't stop at just fame or level of fans, because today the evolution of the digital and social world has shown us that everybody can be an influencer, and as long as you know your brand goals and what really matters to you and very well your audience is and what you want to connect with, it's really something that can generate a great success for the company. So it's not just about the bigger celebrity, it's really what matters most. So I would say, whenever you can, unless it's pivotal to your brands, move away from the traditional quantitative matrix and look at influencers as a real qualitative investment for the long-term future of the company.
I think committing to long-term relationships, understanding the career ambitions of the creators that they're working with and where you can align. And then I think being smart about where you can add the most value. So I would always say fewer, bigger, better, doing fewer campaigns, but really having impact, as opposed to one influencer on a campaign. You really want to have as much impact as you possibly can with the campaigns that you're landing.
For me, it's about investing in it. You get in what you put out. So I think brands should invest in it. They should understand the insights and the learnings and the research they get from it. They should innovate, trial and test, so that you can really get to a substantial platform that you can build your brand upon and build into the future.